based on the CBSE guidelines and syllabus. Now, this chapter, there are two distinct parts of the chapter. The beginning chapter or the beginning part, it deals with the initial life of Prince Siddharth, a life of luxury before he denounced everything to seek enlightenment. And the second part deals with enlightening Kissa Gautami, with the eternal truth of life and his first sermon at Benares. So let's see. Now the beginning I've given in the form of a flow chart for quick revision, and these questions they can come in multiple choice questions. So you should know these dates also. So Gautam Buddha, so from 563 BC to 483 BC, he was a prince named Siddharth Gautam, and at the age of 12 he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later he returned and he got married to a princess. They had a son and he enjoyed princely life for 10 years. Now, at about the age of 25, till that time, he was unaware of the sufferings of the world, heretofore shielded. Now, this word has been used in the chapter, so it means that he lived inside the palace, didn't know about the struggles of the life, miseries, and pain of the people. Shielded here means heretofore protected. So, he lived a protected and princely life, a life of luxury. He didn't know about the struggles, miseries, and pain of the people. So, at the age of about 25, once when he was out for hunting, he came across a sick man, then an aged man, a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. So, these sights moved him. He then set out into the world to seek enlightenment. He wandered for 7 years and finally he sat under a peepal tree, as you can see here, and vowed to stay there till he got his answers. And enlightenment came to him after 7 days. So he was an enlightened soul now. And he renamed the tree under which he sat as the Bodhi tree, so tree of wisdom. Then he started to share his new understandings, his enlightened thoughts and answers. So whatever enlightened thoughts and understandings that he had got, he now started sharing it with people. So then he came to known as Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened one. He preached his first sermon at the city of Benares, a holy place on the river of Ganges. Now this sermon, it reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Now what is this inscrutable kind of suffering? Something that is beyond one's understanding, mysterious. So the mystery of life. So he started preaching about people about the mystery of life. Now this is the second part which deals with the story of Kissa Gautami and the sermon. Now this part I've discussed in the form of questions because otherwise also it would have been a repetition. So what grieved Kissa Gautami? So Kissa Gautami, she was a lady and she was grieved because she had only one son and that son died. So because of that she was grieved. Why did people call her mad? Now in her grief, Gautami carried her dead son to all her neighbors. So you can see here she carried her son around the neighborhood and she asked for medicine for her son. Now people, they knew that boy was dead. Therefore they called her mad for asking for medicine for her dead son. So that is why people, they called her mad. What suggestion was given to Gautami by a man? Now she was roaming from here and there carrying her dead son. So on the way, she met one man. So dejected Kissa was wandering here and there carrying her dead son with the hope of getting some medicine for him. On the way, she met a man who told her that he could not give her medicine, but he could tell her about a physician who could. So that man guided Kissa to Lord Buddha. So to whom did the man send Kissa to? The man sent Kissa to Sakyamuni the Buddha. Now Sakyamuni, why Sakyamuni? Sakyamuni is the place. It's the name of place. So that is why Sakyamuni the Buddha. It is the birthplace of Buddha. Now what did Kissa Gautami pray to the Buddha? Now Kissa Gautami went to Buddha, as you can see in this picture, and she prayed to the Buddha to give some medicine to her son to cure him. What did Buddha ask Gautami to bring? Now the Buddha asked Gautami to bring a handful of mustard seed. So Buddha did not tell anything right away to Gautami because he knew that if he lectured her or if he started preaching her, she won't understand. So Gautam Buddha, he told her to bring a handful of mustard seeds. Now she was very happy and she was about to go. When Gautami was about to go, he added that she must procure it from a home where no one had lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. So he said that you have to bring mustard seeds from such a house where no one had lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. So Gautami went on. So was Kitsa able to bring what Buddha had asked her to? Why? Now Kissa went from house to house to take mustard seeds. People offered her seeds, but when she inquired if they had lost anyone in the family, she received the same answer from everywhere. There was no home that had not lost any dear one in the family. So Kissa was not able to procure mustard seeds from any house. So this is how she learned that all of them they suffered from the same pain. How did Kissa Gautami realize that she was being selfish? Or what is the significance of flickering lights of the city that Kissa sees? So this is an important question. Hopeless after not getting seeds from anywhere, Kissa sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city flicker up and then extinguish. At last there was darkness everywhere. So she was hopeless, she was dejected, and she sat down at the wayside thinking that what she could do now. So she watched the lights of the city flicker up. So lights they were flickering, then they extinguished, then they flickered again, then extinguished, and then there was darkness everywhere. So looking at those lights, Kissa realized that man too had limited years of life. Right from birth, life of man flickers up and gets extinguished again. There is pain, happiness, agony, ecstasy, grief, joy, and so on. But the ultimate truth is death. She felt that she had been so selfish in her grief that she failed to realize that death is common to all. She perceived that amidst desolation and grief, those who succeed to give up selfishness attain immortality. So, like this, she learned the truth of life. By quoting which two examples did Gautam Buddha explain the truth of life? So, giving or telling the story of Kissa to his disciples, Gautam Buddha explained the truth of life. Gautam Buddha said that the life of mortals is brief and combined with pain. No one who has taken birth can avoid death in any way. After reaching old age, there is death. Such is the nature of living beings. He gives an example of ripe fruits. These are the two examples. One is of ripe fruits and the other is for earthen vessels. So he gives an example of ripe fruits that are in danger of falling any time. In another example, he explains that all earthen vessels made by the potter end in being broken. So is the life of mortals. He further said that young and adult, those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. So no one can escape death, and that is the truth of life. According to Gautam Buddha, why don't the wise grieve at the death of their loved ones? Now, in his sermon, Gautam Buddha preached that when death approaches, a father cannot save his son, nor relatives can stop or change it. So he says that when death approaches, no one can stop that. He stresses that while parents, family, friends look on and lament deeply, mortals are carried off one by one as an ox is led to the slaughter. So it is nature, it's the reality of life. It is the law of nature. The world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore, the wise who understand this ultimate truth, they do not grieve at the loss of their loved ones. So this is how we explained that why wise they don't grieve, because wise they know that this is the reality of truth and it is going to happen with everyone. Now this is a bonus question. So what is the Sermon of Mount? Who delivered it? This can also come in your exams. Sermon on the Mount, it is a collection of sayings and teachings of Jesus Christ, which emphasize the moral teachings found in the Gospel of Matthew in the chapter 5, 6, and 7. So these are 10 commandments of life delivered by Lord Jesus Christ to his disciples. So this can be asked in the multiple choice question, so you should know that. Now, question number 11 is, how can one achieve peace of mind and be free from sorrow? This can come in a long question. Gautam Buddha preached in his sermon that no one will achieve peace of mind by weeping or grieving. By doing so, his pain will increase and his body will suffer too. So Gautam Buddha preached that death has to come, you will be losing your loved ones, so there is no need to weep or grieve. By weeping or by grieving, you will be creating problems for yourself. Your body will suffer. You will not get peace of mind by weeping or by grieving. One will make himself sick and pale, and yet the dead is not going to come back. The dead cannot be saved by any amount of lamentation. He added that one who wants peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. So, draw out the arrow means should not wail, cry, complain about the things, and be sad about them. So, try not to lament, not to cry, not to complain. So one who has succeeded to draw out the arrow, one who has succeeded to draw out the arrow means one who has learned not to cry and wail over what is the ultimate truth, has become composed and will obtain peace of mind. One who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and be blessed. So this is the preaching, the first sermon of Lord Buddha. Now, this is one extract. Alas, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our deepest grief. Who is the speaker of these lines? So, these lines are spoken by the people from whom Kissa Gotmi asks for some mustard seeds. Why do they say so? So, they say so because before taking mustard seeds from them, Kissa asks them if they have lost any loved one in their family or not. What is the purpose of Kissa in asking that? Now, Kissa asked this because Gautam Buddha has asked her to bring mustard seeds from a house where no one had lost any near or dear one. Now, these are few synonyms. The words are given and their synonyms are also given, so you have to match them. I'll be giving you the answers just in a while, but if you want to do it on your own first, you can pause here and do it. Okay, I'll start with the answers. So first one is befit. Befit, it means confirm or beseem. So this is according to the context of the chapter. Beseem, it means to suit. So here, befitted royalty is the word that is used. So Siddhartha, he lived as a royal prince. So he befitted royalty before he denounced everything. Next is vowed. Vowed means to swear or to affirm. Shielded, it is protected. Understandings, it is again wisdom. It is again according to this context of the chapter. So he gained wisdom, enlightenment, and he shared his understandings with the people. Sermon is teaching or preaching. Preserved is conserved. Reflects is describes. And inscrutable is mysterious or hidden. Now that's all for today. So do subscribe to my channel. Share this video with all your friends so that everyone can revise for the exams. Give this a thumbs up, and these are the other videos that I have already covered. The list is also given in the playlist. I'll be giving the links in the description box also, so you can just open them and revise and prepare for your exams. Also on Instagram, you can share any of your queries and I'll be answering back. So the link I'll be giving in the description box. So bye for now and happy preparation.